President Donald Trump hit Botswana with a 37% tariff, and Botswana says it is ready to negotiate with President Donald Trump's administration. I had a sit down with Botswana's Minister of International Relations, Dr. Phenyo Butale, to discuss this and much more. You are watching TRT World One-on-One. I am Brenda Radido. Minister of International Relations, the country of Botswana, Phenyo Butale, thank you for talking to TRT World One-on-One.
Thank you very much, and greetings from our beautiful country of Botswana.
Let's get straight into it by beginning to know the sort of growth trade ties between Türkiye and Botswana, and what sectors are seeing the most growth, and what does this relation mean for the country's economic future?
Thank you very much. We enjoy excellent relations with Turkey. And these relations have subsisted for years, and we have collaborated in a number of sectors, and we believe that, by the way, we are a new government in Botswana, and we believe this is an opportunity for us to reimagine this relationship with a close focus on sectors such as renewable energy, for example. We have great potential when it comes to solar energy. We have a great potential and a track record in the mineral sector. For example, we are known for our diamonds and the way that we have managed them. Just dispelling the known concept of countries that have resources and being prone to conflict. We have managed our resources. We have a long-lasting, enduring relationship with a conglomerate called De Beers, and we have made it clear that our diamonds have been used to develop our country from being one of the poorest in the world to a middle-income country. We have sectors such as agriculture, we have sectors such as textile industry, we have sectors such as the digitalization of our economy. So we believe this is an opportunity for us to work and add on the excellent relations that has subsisted between us and Turkey.
All right, and it's good you're talking about mining, and of course some of the mining that comes from your country is exported. But how is your government responding to concerns about the potential US tariffs on Africa? Botswana was hit with a 37% tariff, and what impact could this have on Botswana's trade strategy?
Thank you very much. I must say that we have excellent relations with the US, and we believe very strongly that these relations that have been so good for these years are strong enough to withstand any shocks and challenges, and therefore we are engaging with the US through diplomatic channels to ensure that we arrive at a mutually beneficial conclusion and resolution. One of the major trading activity between us and the US is the sale of our precious stones, diamonds, to the US, which is a high value commodity. And we believe that we will be able to resolve this issue of tariffs amicably through diplomatic channels.
And you know, some of the countries that have been affected by the tariff that President Donald Trump put in place, countries that had free access to exporting their goods to the US. So with AGOA set to expire in 2025, up for renewal in September, what are Botswana's expectations regarding, its renewal or transformation, and how has the country, Botswana, benefited from AGOA so far?
We have benefited immensely from AGOA through the most preferential treatment arrangement where our goods had access to the US market. But as I say, we still believe that we need to grow our economy much more in terms of moving away from being a consumerist economy. This simply means that we haven't produced much, we haven't been exporting much out of the country and even to the US. So the few commodities that we have been exporting to the US, as I say, are the valuable commodities in terms of diamonds. And we are right now, as I have been saying to everyone that I've been meeting at this forum, that we want to industrialize. We are in a hurry to industrialize, we are in a hurry to create jobs. So we want investors, not those who will come to Botswana to sell us anything. We want those who will come to Botswana to set up manufacturing plants, to set up factories, because we want to produce and produce for the global market.
So, but then how are you positioning yourself, within the African continental free trade area, just to strengthen regional trade as much as you're looking for foreign trade and investment?
We believe the free trade agreement, the Africa Free Trade Agreement, is a very, very important framework. We believe this should really be the pedestal upon which we, as Africans, now delve very, very decisively and intentionally into intra-Africa trade. I gave an example yesterday in one of the panels that I was speaking at, that you would see that we continue to have to be endowed with immense raw materials in terms of minerals. We have soda ash, for example, in Botswana, and across the border in Zimbabwe, there is lithium. We sell our soda ash for pittance. They sell their lithium for pittance, but if you take soda ash and put it together with lithium, there is what is called lithium carbonate, which is a critical component needed to manufacture car batteries. So if you do that, you have a product that has been value added, and you make much more from it. So which means that the future for us is collaboration and cooperation between the private sector and the public sector, also between countries, which is why I believe that geopolitically aligned countries must be now not talking and theorizing, but practically engaging in intra-Africa trade, starting at the regional level and the continental level. For example, we are the best producers of beef. We believe so, very strongly. But we sell our beef to a very lucrative market in the EU. But you have countries in Africa that get their beef from Brazil, from Argentina. Does that make sense? I think this, as I said earlier on, the time for theorizing has long gone. We need solutions now, not tomorrow.
So Botswana is a member of SADC. The DRC is a member of SADC. Let's have a look at what is happening within the DRC. How is Botswana working? Actually, what is Botswana's position on the ongoing conflict in Sudan, the Sahel, and the Eastern DRC, and how can African diplomacy play a stronger role in ending some of the conflicts that we're seeing in those countries that I've mentioned?
I must say that as a new government in Botswana, led by Advocate Duma Gideon Boko, we have made it clear that we have elected to have a human rights-centric approach to foreign policy, which means that our value system that we hold dear as a nation, which is our belief and adherence, strict adherence to good governance, rule of law, respect for territorial integrity and sovereignty, and just the fact that as a people we believe the best way always to solve a conflict is through dialogue, it is through peaceful means. We have been sharing these values with our colleagues at the regional and continental level. We believe that conflicts, more especially in Eastern DRC, can only be solved through dialogue and peaceful means. Combat and armed response are not an option, and also we also believe that the participation of all parties in this dialogue is critical. You also talked about other conflicts on the continent. We believe that dialogue is the way to go, but we also believe that we need to also begin as African countries to have another look at whether our institutions are serving our people properly, but also that we have respect for the will of the people. Half the time, these issues emanate from contested electoral outcomes. And yes.
With all that said, respect for some of the institutions, let's have a look at the regional, the continental, African continent. We have the African Union that speaks on behalf of the 54 member states. But from Botswana, as you talk to us here on TRT World One-on-One, how is Botswana working with the African Union and SADC to promote peace and stability across the continent?
Well, as I said, Botswana is an active member of SADC. We hold regional integration, continental integration very dear, and we believe that these are key. That's why we have been participating whenever there was need. In Mozambique, for example, we were one of the troop contributing countries in Mozambique. We are always the first when it comes to agreed contributions to such missions, to such bodies. But as we speak right now, Botswana sits on the African Union Peace and Security Council. So we are actively seeking solutions to this conflict. But as I said, the important thing is to reimagine our institutions, make sure that our institutions do measure up when it comes to the expectation of our people. If you have an electoral process for which and about which the populace has lost confidence, then you can be rest assured the outcome won't be acceptable. So it's important for us as African governments to begin to retrace our steps and get closer to those who gave us the opportunity to govern. But I believe that African solutions for African problems must be found today, not tomorrow.
All right, thank you so much. Botswana Minister of International Relations, Phenyo Butale. Thank you for talking to TRT World One-on-One.